the ability to affect memory.
But how would we search for that?
I don't know. I don't know how
that would
Dungeons
like incriminate me to even have them looking for it. But we can maybe get Chloe on it.
Yeah, I think maybe when we're alone with Chloe, we should mention that we should
like keep her ear to the ground about
anyone who could affect memory. Okay, I just wanted to
get
out of that. Good.
There's kind of a little bit of a pause, and I mean it's like, okay, we'll search the castle grounds for someone with description. Any of our employees of her description, we'll talk to. And then she kind of looks at one of the guards and is like, we'll talk to them as gently as we can. It doesn't need to be. She kind of.
Can I do like a? Okay. Yes. Can I like see the guards in the room? Do any of them match the description of the dude?
Go ahead and roll perception.
And I got my bonus. +9.
Yeah, you look around. One of them maybe, but you're not like it. There is one of them that is kind of taller and broader than the other. Than the others.
Can I do detect thoughts?
Sure, go for it.
Okay, so I cast detect thoughts. And then I ask Lord Amelia, do you trust, in maybe in an undertone, but so that this guy could hear, do you trust all of your household guard?
You don't seem to be getting much from him other than something along the lines of his feet hurting a little uncomfortably. And from her, you get a little bit of a and from her mind you get a little bit of a snippy. Of course they're my guards, but she kind of nods and is like, the ones in this room are have been vetted fairly thoroughly. At which point there is a knock on the door, and the door opens and Colton comes in and kind of like steps in, like closes the door behind him and walks up to you guys and starts heading towards you guys, but then kind of veers course and starts heading towards Lord Amelia. Just kind of says, all right, well, I mean, we've he's like, we don't have many in way of unusual guests on the premises right now. I think we're okay.
The two.
And he kind of detect thoughts is still on. Colton seems perfectly fine. I mean, like in terms of normalcy, until he's about 5 feet away from Lord Amelia, and then suddenly you get this almost another voice in his head says, now kill. And like not even just in mid-stride, mid-conversation, his hand just reaches down, grabs his sword, and comes out in a swing at Amelia. That's gonna hit.
Oh my goodness!
Nah. Can I cast a spell? I gotta do something.
I mean, you guys want to go ahead and roll initiative? You're welcome to.
I would love to.
This surprise round goes off first. Let's be a longsword.
Well, since I heard it, am I surprised?
I mean,
can I try to like jump in the way or something?
Hey, I mean, I'm still. Go ahead and roll initiative, and we'll see what you get. And then
Do I get a plus for anything? What do you add to
Your
initiative?
dexterity.
The +3, so 15.
Yeah. He rolled a natural 20.
Okay.
So this strike at least is coming off. Um, and they rolled an 18 on the hit. So that is a d8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, no, this just comes up and slashes her, and she just falls back against the window. She appears conscious. Um, at which point, I mean, I guess. Um,
Trying to see if I have any healing.
at this point,
Deal with the immediate problem.
all right, and then he rolls. His second swing is gonna miss. Yay. So he swings once, comes down, swings again. Um, I mean, she hasn't had time to react. She's just cut and falls back and is just dazed. Um, and at this point, all the guards start moving. The first one to jump in and actually get there is Chloe, who just like sees what's going on, doesn't seem to understand or believe it, but immediately zips in and like is going to attempt to grapple Colton. Uh, they kind of she grabs his arm and they struggle for a few seconds, and then he just kind of wrenches his arm away. Next up is Anthony, who's going to sure, why not? Like looks just in shock and confusion and looks around and then just like reaches over and grabs a vase and throws it at Colton, and it just kind of cracks across his head. We'll go ahead and let that be. At which point, as soon as it hits him, his hand loosens and he drops his sword and he just stumbles backward and collapses to the ground and like is leaning, like he's conscious, but he's just like really like the vase snapped him out of whatever it was. But it's just because it gave him another chance to do a wisdom save, and he fell back and he's just like, what the hell? And everyone's just kind of staring at him. At which point Chloe's just kind of like, it's a coincidence? That's what I was going to ask you.
Can I use my detect thoughts to see if there's anyone in the room who's not surprised by this?
Go. I mean, yeah, your detect thoughts is still up. It lasts a minute, so yeah, you can just kind of scan everyone. Everyone in radius is confused beyond belief. Has no idea what's going on. Except you. You're the only one who has an idea what's going on. Azria, you have no idea what's going on.
Nope, not unusual.
So I immediately kneel down in front of Colton and I say, where did you come from when you came here? Who have you encountered today?
He just kind of is still just kind of looking at his sword and his mom in shock, and he's just like, I mean, I've been, I mean, every one of the guards I could find and put to task, and I've been looking for and talking to everyone on the grounds. To kind of stops. He's like, I've been up all night looking for suspicious people.
So he's not like in shock. He's giving me the information he would be giving me if he was chill.
Well, he's probably giving you more information than if he was chill. He's like,
Okay.
he's like just kind of very open. Like is just like normally he'd be being defensive or something, but he can't because like he very clearly just attacked his mom.
So I, in a really intense voice, be like, I need you to tell me the truth. Think back your entire time searching for people. Are you missing any time? Can you account for your actions at every moment?
And he thinks for a bit. And he's like, I mean, there was. I mean, it was an all nighter. I dozed very briefly, but beyond that, no.
Where did you doze and when? And where did you go to sleep? And where did you wake up,
Uh,
etc.?
I mean, I don't remember specifically. I just kind of remember being awake again and walking down the hallway looking for to see who I could find.
Is that normal for you?
And he shrugs. He's like, it is what it is. You stay up all night doing security measures, and sometimes you just kind of blank out. But if you're asking if it could have been magical, he kind of gestures. And he's like, that's the only time I could think.
Okay.
Um,
Were you with anyone else?
Not that I recall.
Uh, is there anyone else who might have some insight into where you were shortly before you went to sleep?
Uh, I mean, I remember talking to a couple of the service staff to see if they'd seen anything, but it kind of stops. It's like I don't even know their names.
Well, that's anyway. Um, could you furnish their descriptions?
uh, I mean, there's a couple of the maids. They were in one of the hallways cleaning, and I wanted to make sure they hadn't seen anything.
Which hallway?
He kind of gives you a brief description. It sounds like it was not too far from like the area with your room and whatnot.
Hmm. And around what time would this have been?
Uh, shakes his head. I have no idea. I had no way of telling.
Is this area around my room, is that anywhere near where the unseen servant told me the cellar entrance was?
Nope. Cellar entrance is on the bottom floor. It would have been down and a ways into the servants' area. Kind of
Okay.
area that
But
they...
even if she's not hanging out in the cellar, she could be back in the sort of unused corridors near us.
Possible. At this point, there's another knock at the door, and I mean, the guards have been kind of conveying a little bit, is everyone all right, whatever. And then one of the guards did go over to Lady Amelia and put their hand on her, and she seems to have done something magical to heal her up a bit. But the door opens, and at this point, Hien comes in, who I guess your characters wouldn't know, and an elf with a high elf with kind of straight blonde hair, glasses, and in a kind of ornate looking robe, comes in and kind of looks around and immediately sees Amelia and closes the door and turns. Is like, what happened? What's going on here?
Is it still that minute, or is detect thoughts?
Yeah, you can get a little bit if you hurry.
Anything shady going on in this guy's head?
he it's what's going on here seems to be his prominent surface level thought at the moment. And then at this point, I'd say your detect thoughts fades. Chloe gestures to him. I nods and gestures to him, and is like, "Well, you got here quickly. That's good." And kind of has him come over, and she's like, "I wanted you to see what you could do in terms of magic detection. See what, and then maybe use some of your scrying to look around and see what we've got going on." He nods hesitantly, and kind of looks around and pings a detect magic. Then kind of turns back. He's like, "I'm not." He turns back and he points to Colton. He's like, "The boy's under a curse." It's like it is. At which point he also establishes this appears to be a Gios.
What's a Gios?
Do you ask that in character?
No.
Is this something we would know?
Azria's got Arcana. Go ahead and roll.
Is it cheating to be looking it up right now?
No. I mean, I mean, you can look it up, but your character won't know what it is.
Okay.
It's best that I don't do that then.
So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You've heard of it. It's some kind of mind control, and it's like kind of a long-term mind control.
Damn.
But you know that the only thing you remember about it is theoretically, this doesn't have to have been cast within the last day or so. It could have been longer.
Well, this sounds familiar.
He then kind of looks around and goes ahead and starts like kind of looking from person to person. I'm not sure if I don't know if you want to.
I try to look innocent and relevant and engaged and non-threatening.
Out of curiosity, what are you thinking at the moment?
Oh, I'm thinking we've got to get back to those corridors because that's probably where whoever it is who is doing all the attacking is hiding. Colton's missing time the same way that I'm missing time, so we need to check on that. Clearly, there has to be some kind of connection, particularly because I don't know what a Giaz is, so I don't know that it can't have. It could have been a long time ago. I think it has to be immediate. It's like if he is missing time around the same place, then we've got to go there.
Yeah.
Do you need to know my thoughts as well, or am I protected?
Yeah. Just a. Oh no, actually, he can't read yours.
Okay.
He stops on you. He listen. He looks at you for a while, Stellan, and then looks at Azria, and kind of pulls his head back a little bit.
That is not gonna make me look good.
He kind of steps back over and kind of kneels down and seems to be trying to help with getting Amelia back on her feet and making sure she's okay. At which point you hear it'd be detection, so this still works on you. You'd hear something in your mind that just says, and it's in the voice of the person who just walked in. Who are you?
I'm Azria.
Why are you here?
I'm here to help.
pause and is like, and I guess that's all you hear for now. That's just kind of gonna leave it at that. But then after a little bit, kind of gets everyone. Lady Amelia seems okay. There's still blood kind of all over her dress, but it seems like they've healed up. If any, do you want to go ahead and roll an Arcana check? I guess Azria again. Nope, that's fine. They healed her somehow. One of the guards appeared to be able to heal somehow. But yeah, they just kind of everyone kind of once things settle down, everyone kind of turns back and just like seems to be at a loss of what to do next.
Me too.
Well, I would pull Chloe aside if that's possible.
Yeah.
And immediately convey to her that we need to send guards or something to go check out that one area of the house because that was where I lost time and it was where Colton lost time too.
And she nods and kind of well, I guess I'm gonna kind of have to take over as commanding the guards in here now, and I kind of turns like, okay, I'll go send some people, and steps out of the room.
Maybe send someone who can't be mind read.
Ian would have been able to detect if anyone else was under a curse, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It appears to have only been Colton.
Okay.
This is bad.
But then after a little bit, Chloe kind of comes back in. Room's tense. There is then a moment where when Chloe comes back in, she seems. Oh, we'll see. She's pretty. Yeah, no, she's cool as a cucumber. She comes in. She's very kind of placid and looks over and kind of walks over to Colton and leans down and whispers something to him. Kind of puts her hand on his shoulder. After a moment, he kind of gets back up and looks up at Ian and is like, so, I don't know what a Gios is. If I'm cursed, how much control does whoever have over me? He nods and he's like, Gios enables the user to give a command. And once a day, when the set trigger happens, you follow that command, or else the spell, if you resist it, the spell rends your mind. But if we don't get you tended to, then tomorrow, when the trigger happens, you'll do this again. And he kind of pauses, he's like, and the trigger? And shrugs, and he's like, I assume it's probably proximity to your mother. He nods and like, well, then as soon as I can, I'll get to a cleric and get this taken care of, but we also need to deal with the situation. He turns and he's like, I'm sorry. And then he just kind of walks out the door. Then he kind of takes a really long sigh and looks over at Chloe and is like, well, and gestures to her, and she nods and turns the room. Is like, it appears as though we have more problems than just this. The castle gate is under attack.
Oh my god.
She's kind of pausing. It's like, Colton's going out and trying to organize troops and deal with it. I can go help. Unless I can be of more help here. Kind of a pause.
Was she asking us?
And
Like,
he's asking the room.
The thing you and I talked about, is that gonna something we gonna
She nods. We're doing what we can. It's paramount in our concerns, so yes.
Well, who's attacking the castle gate?
She shrugs. We don't know.
Huh. Well, you want help?
She nods and is like, or she smiles and nods and is like, it would be appreciated. Though
alright, let's go.
I don't necessarily think required, but we'll do what we can. She kind of turns and is like, kind of gestures to Ian and the guards and is like, you all take good care of my mother. And then heads out. Amelia is still kind of partially in shock, but is seeming to absorb everything that's going on. And
Well, they believe us now. Like,
So Stellan's gonna feel pretty okay about leaving Amelia if Ian's gonna be there, so he can detect if anyone's who approaches is under a curse.
Right.
Stellan wants to continue to foster a good relationship with Anthony. So, really quickly before following Chloe, he's gonna go over and put a hand on Anthony's shoulder and say, like, "That's good. That was a good move you made, pulling your brother out of that curse. Your mother really needs you and needs your help."
He nods and kind of looks at you and is like, thank you.
Let us know if there's anything we can do.
Again, thank you.
alright.
Then you guys kind of head up. Chloe comes and kind of waves you guys over and is like, okay, we're not going to head to the gate. And she's like, waves you aside. Is like, we're gonna make sure the path's clear to our escape route. Goes over to and like kind of leads you down several hallways that seem not super regularly used, and then but it's still not like a long distance.
Yeah. When I ask,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, Azure wants to ask a question, so if there's no opportunity for that, don't worry about it.
I mean, you guys are walking. If you want to talk while you walk.
Why do we need an escape route?
It just it's our procedure to secure it in case. I don't know. But it sounds to me like we may have enemies both inside the walls and outside and inside the city walls coming into the castle. So getting my mother and my brother out sounds like a really good idea right
now. Agree.
Should I okay, so we're making sure that the escape route is clear.
Yeah.
Is this an escape route that many others in the castle would know about?
She shakes her head. She's like, just the family. That should be it.
Okay.
She trusts us.
She believes you guys, at least.
It's so nice, though. I feel really good about it.
At which point she kind of gets a bit a ways and kind of makes sure the hallway's been cleared. And then kind of stops and turns and it goes down through one door. You guys go down a flight of stairs, and then at the bottom of that, she kind of reaches out and cuts her thumb and puts it on like a spot on the wall that then kind of shifts and opens up, um, and kind of and then steps in to and like walks through to make sure that it's clear, and as far down as goes. Yeah, she goes in, looks around, kind of comes back out, and is like, "We look like we're good for now." Um, and then kind of comes back and pushes a thing that kind of pulls the door shut again. She kind of puts her thumb in her mouth and gets a little bit of the excess blood off. Kind of heads back up, is like, okay, the guards are going to have the gate. I think that it makes most sense for us to go join the guards looking in the house. You can show me where you remember things happening.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And so you guys start heading over there. As okay. Yeah, no, as you guys get up to the hallway and to around where you remember coming to, essentially, Stellan,
Yeah.
what do you, I mean, like, and you, what you tell her, I assume, but
Yes.
so
So I don't think it's right here, but hereabouts. If we should start searching some of the off the beaten track kind of areas.
Somewhere without sunlight.
she nods and kind of looks
Potentially.
back and is like,
Let's not be
um,
limited.
we need to stick together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then just starts going off down one of the hallways. Uh, After a little bit, kind of looks around, continues. If you guys want to make investigation checks, go ahead.
Yep, yep, yep. Ooh, nope, 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 nope.
Huh.
So +5 or 3. Yeah. I can't just do like perception. Just like keeping a little.
No, this is a bit different. Um, you kind of, I mean, you guys look around. Chloe kind of looks over, kind of going around a bit, finds a room. She kind of gestures to and is like, or kind of walks over to one of the candles and touches it, and the wax seems to be dry, but at the same time, she kind of seems to have gotten something from that. And she kind of looks around and uh, after a little bit, kind of comes out of the room, looks over, goes into another room. Um, seems to be the only one she kind of stayed in and looked around for a few seconds. The rest she just kind of glanced and moved on. She looks over and then like you guys kind of keep going and don't seem uh, to see anything. Um, after a little bit of several minutes of investigating, don't seem to. Chloe's not speaking up, and you guys don't seem to be having much luck in what you see. She kind of turns back and starts heading back towards the hallway.
I'm gonna go ahead and ask her if she knows of anyone who has magic capabilities like this for casting guiazes and erasing memories.
She stops and thinks and is like, honestly, no one local.
Who's not local?
She thinks about it for a while. Is like, I've heard tell of a few, kind of a couple information gatherers that work under the king, maybe. And then, I've heard of an assassin from Kihon, and I've heard of um,
Wait, assassin from where? What? Who? What's going on? Assassin?
Kihon's island to the east of Draconia. It's the other side of the world. Um, kind of thinking beyond that, and she's like, um, it's something that most wizards can learn. Wizards that specialize in it would be pretty rare. And I can't think of any off the top of my head, but
Have there been any other instances recently that you've heard of people acting as though under the influence of someone else's magic?
she frowns but nods and is like, uh, there was a report of something like that during the tournament last week.
Oh, we heard of this tournament, didn't we, darling?
We did hear of this tournament, yes.
Huh.
Someone seemed to be maybe trying to meddle with the outcome.
Why? What was, I mean, meddle with the outcome in what way? Do you know?
At this point, she actually pauses and thinks. Let's go with intelligence check. All right, she stops and goes, the move was made against a team that was in town, reportedly trying to win to get the money and grounds to create a temple to Tiamat. And she kind of looks at you and is like, if we go along the lines that we're thinking this is the same person, then it might make sense to work on a list of enemies that would specifically be trying to stop that.
Well, I know a little bit about how people feel towards Tiamat. That list is really long.
It is,
Do we
but
have
not
like
everyone.
a Venn diagram of like people who hate Tiamat and also people who might hate Lord Amelia? Is that something we could maybe hone in on a little bit?
Their little vulva of
She gives a little half smile and nods and is like, I don't have the chart on me, but if we come up with people that would fit in both circles, she stops and thinks, is like, it is possible that Cardinal Alinar might be moving against my mother. It seems ridiculous to me, but if that were the case, Cardinal Alinar does have a drow inquisitor working under him, does have inquisitors that are formidable with magics, does have kind of thinks about it as like, and would have is openly vehemently against building a temple. It would be against any kind of temple to Tiamat being put in the city. It would make sense if that's the.
That's pretty suspicious. What do we know about this drow that is an inquisitor?
She still kind of shakes her head and she's like, I've not met her, but my older brother seems to think she's trustworthy. It would be very strange to me if he were wrong. Kind of thinks a little more and is like, but it would be someone who meets your description, and I'm not going to count it out.
Was she anywhere near the tournament? The tournament?
She was in the tournament, yes.
Okay, now that's
influence others' thoughts and actions.
She kind of stops and I mean, if I'm not mistaken, information is she's a bard, so that would not be outside of her realm of ability.
Interesting.
Interesting.
She does stop though and goes, let's see.
I love this, that our characters
Arcana.
are like on the wrong path
roll-
entirely.
Roll Arcana, Azria.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? Bards can't learn Gios.
You
Wait,
know,
let me double check that. Because if
Cool,
they
I'll
can,
if they can, Rachel, I've got a suggestion. I have some notes.
hey, guess what? Bards can learn Gios.
So you murmur that to me?
Bards can learn Gios.
Interesting. Well, this Inquisitor really seems like this is where we should start. With
Yeah,
our
this is suspect number 1. We should definitely start our investigation.
It's in the triple Venn diagram of people who hate Tiamat, people who may want to move against Lord Amelia, and people who can learn Giaz. We so far have one very suspicious point in the middle.
I love this, by the way, but yeah. Azria says, we should, what do we know about her? Where can we find her? Because we should investigate this ASAP.
She nods. Is like, the only way I would know to find her would be to go. No, she stops and she's like, no, she's holed up in the old Baron's keep. That should be her home now. She kind of stops. Is like, I mean, we could go see if we can find her there. Otherwise, we could go to my brother Renton and see if he would know where she is.
Let's go to the Baron's Keep. What do you think, Stellan?
Sure. Yeah, let's go.
Let's go to the Baron's Keep.
Okay, she's like,
I always wanted to see a Baron's Keep.
for the sake of brevity, because we have limited time, she goes back up to her mother's, instructs them to get her near the emergency exit, and kind of to get her out if it comes to that. And then she said, we're going to go down the exit first so we can get out into the city and come find who may be responsible for all this. At which point, also when you get back up there, Ian is not there now.
One job.
You had one job, Ian.
But the guards are there and being vigilant.
Dylan gives them all the, you better keep this shit up, stink eye.
You guys head out through the passage with no apparent difficulty.
Is that neat?
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, you guys head out there. When you get outside, one of the first things you notice is smoke coming from the docks.
That's weird. I don't care.
Chloe looks concerned but keeps going. You guys get to the front of this keep. It's a very nice manor. The gate outside kind of has a bell that can be rung. At which point Chloe gets there and kind of looks at you guys. It's like, ring or go stealth?
Stealth sounds fun.
At which point,
I'm willing to be directed.
at which point she kind of nods and then just reaches up and kind of pulls her way over the gate very quickly.
Huh.
So do we try to do the same?
It's up to you.
Okay. What do we roll for that?
Athletics. No, it would be athletics or acrobatics. I'll give you.
I don't think I have a bonus on either.
So you can
I don't
do
have
your
that.
plus your dex, which is 1.
Plus
So,
3.
No, sorry, hers is 1. Yours is 3. That's a 20, so you're over real fast. Azria, it takes a while, and both Chloe and Stelling kind of have to help you from the other side.
Yeah, well,
Kind
I'm
of
probably wearing a
push you
really
up.
short skirt.
Yeah, and you end up getting up and over, and and that skirt is now slightly torn over on the little thing from the top, having catching.
Also,
Thank
Yeah.
you, John.
Um,
Thank you.
So you guys,
Fine, it's fine.
Well, if either of you guys have the mend cantrip, then that'll.
No, let's not worry about it. It's a skirt. Let's go.
Anyway, yeah, you don't anyway.
We're on the tail of a murderer.
Yeah, you guys head over and get to the door, you are now at the door of a mansion that theoretically this person might be inside.
Should we break into a window, or do you think we should just go in through the door? Or
Chloe kind of looks up and inside and in the window, and then heads over and kind of looks around and kind of takes her knife and runs it along the edge of the bottom of one of the windows, and after a little bit kind of seems to figure out a way to kind of break the window lock and open a window on the side, and then just kind of slips in.
I also slip in.
Yep.
Yep. Bring up the rear.
You guys sneak around for a little bit. I love that this is happening.
I'm just so pleased.
The building seems empty at the moment.
Seems.
It's not empty, but it seems it. Kind of keep looking around for a bit.
Stellan stage whispers, "Where does the drow sleep?"
Chloe looks at him and is like, I don't know.
All right, well, let's just start
my information
exploring
only goes so far.
Okay, let's just start exploring bedrooms.
Yeah, okay, so she kind of gestures and is like, they'd be upstairs. So you guys kind of go upstairs, look around. As you're kind of creeping around, you open one of the doors to, like, I guess the first bedroom you see, or Chloe does, and then just, like, freezes and looks.
What is it? Is it the drow?
Takes a half a step back and goes, no. At which point her gaze kind of moves towards her feet and then out around the door as a little stuffed cat kind of walks around the corner and walks up and looks at you guys and then bows.
Azria gets so excited. She squeals. She says it's the cutest thing ever, and she picks it up and hugs it.
It hugs back.
Oh my god, it's hugging back!
I'm
gonna name it.
And Chloe's like looking at you as you're screaming, "Oh my god, it's hugging back!" And she goes, "Shh."
Maybe it understands the common language. We could maybe ask it questions. Seems friendly.
Okay, I pull the cat away and I'm holding it gently up and looking deeply into its eyes, and I say, Bartleby, do you understand the common tongue? And then I turn to Stellan and Chloe and I say, I've named him Bartleby.
Its head kind of waggles in the affirmative.
Bartleby understands.
Bartleby, is your master here?
His head shakes.
Do you know where the drow sleeps?
Nods.
Could you take us there?
Nods.
Okay.
Well, that's very kind of
someone
Bartleby.
needs to teach this butler security.
Loyalty.
Well, security. He has no reason to distrust people yet. So he sits down and just kind of starts waddling over to one of the doors.
I look at Stellan and go, we're taking him.
Come on.
Which
I
way
want
to
to
go?
do. By the way, DM, I want to do.
It gets to the door and starts kind of jumping, trying to reach for the doorknob.
Oh, door, that'll be, I got it. And I open the door.
Yeah, you open the door. And it looks like it could have reached it eventually. But, then, you go in. The room looks like a nice room, but it's pretty empty. There's not a lot in it as of yet.
I guess I'm gonna do an investigation, yeah?
Sure.
Yeah. Ooh, hey, that's not a bad roll.
Yeah.
You find some books. You find about 3,000 gold.
We should just take it, right?
Stellan puts his hand on Azra's shoulder and says, There's a line. There's a line.
Okay, is the line before
Remember,
3,000
we're here to
gold, but
help.
after Butler Cat?
We're here to help. All we want to know is who's after Lord Amelia. And I give Azria, don't fuck this up with Chloe, look.
Okay.
Then there seems...
Fine, I stay away from the gold.
Yeah, you don't seem to find much else.
Okay. I look at Bartleby and I say, do you know when the drow will be back?
It shakes its head.
Okay.
Well, I suppose that's all we can really do, isn't it?
Chloe
I turn to Chloe and I ask, do you know of any of the drow's other potential connections here in town?
She kind of thinks for a second and is like, honestly, she's only been on my radar for a couple weeks, and I haven't had much reason to look too deeply into her. She thinks and is like, I think she had a friend at a monastery in town. And then just my brother.
Well, let's maybe look into both of those as soon as possible. And maybe we should also continue looking in case there are other suspects who also fit into that unique 3 Venn diagram.
Yeah. Is there any kind of like detection spell or alert spell or spy spell we can put on in this room?
I don't have any.
I don't think I have any either. It's just maybe hoping against hope.
Yeah, she kind of shrugs. And she's like, no, I don't have anything. We might be able to get some help from the Magic Academy if we need it. She kind of gestures like my sister's, and plus Ian's the head of the Magic Academy.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I don't want to just leave. Otherwise, we broke in here for like no reason. But I guess we're running low on time, so.
Yeah.
And I do want to take like a 10-minute nap before the next session. All right. Well.
In that case, we probably need to be wrapping it up now-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys start
for
heading
next
out.
week,
Are you attempting to steal Butler Cat?
Okay, I'm gonna look at Chloe and see if she approves or disapproves me stealing this cat.
Dylan's doing this.
Roll an insight. She definitely seems to think you've got the wrong priorities at the moment. But
Okay.
also kind of pegged you guys for thievish individuals anyway.
Okay, I sigh forlornly and I hug Bartleby and I set him down and I look into Bartleby's little stuffed face and I say, I will come back for you.
Bartleby bows and waves as you guys head out the door.
And then we should head out the window, right?
Head out the window. I mean, technically you could unlock the door if you wanted, but yeah, heading out the window could make sense.
Okay.
At which point you guys head back. I guess we'll pick it up from there next time.
Who even knows what's going
I know.
on?
I mean,
we should go to the monastery, I guess, next, yeah?
Yeah.
Huh?
Spoilers, you're gonna find a lot of books.
We can at least touch down quickly at the monastery and then move on from there.
Yeah, so
This is so funny with the other party like being out of town and Kiri fitting the description that we have. So like
I had Tessa roll a perception check to see if she noticed anything going on at the house. She didn't. She's there. She's around. She's just in her workshop and back. So.
That's great though.
Yeah, we made friends.
Tessa, did you notice anybody break into the house? And no, I did not.
Everyone goes and checks their money. I also like, fun fact, Ruby's safe is open.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So like all this
Yeah,
is stuff that
we did not investigate other bedrooms or anything.
but yeah, no, this is one of those things where if you guys wanted to steal from the other party and just completely rob them blind, you totally could have done that.
Yeah.
Stelling made a mental note just in case they throw Chloe a little later, but would rather stay on the level if possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be really
So.
funny though.
All right, well, thank you, Internet, for joining us. This has been fun and crazy.
Bye.
Oh, yeah. All right, anyway, yep. Later. Bye.